Today, Rachel McLain guests with program host Kerry Fink, and they talk about advances in senior living. This TV program was filmed on location at the Senior Mega at the Melbourne Auditorium. I'm Kerry Fink, and it is a pleasure to be here today on Helping Seniors TV. We're actually on location at the Mega Senior Fest, which is going on at the Melbourne Auditorium. It is a huge, huge senior expo and health fair that takes place a couple of times a year here in Melbourne, Florida. We happen to be right now, March of 2017, at a very well-attended event. Lots of people here. I think there's 70+ vendors here. And it is a great place to stop in and get good information. They've got everything going on from music, entertainment. They're going to have a senior fashion show. There's cats here from the Central Brevard Humane Society. So there's something for everybody here, including really good information and really good people with good services that help seniors. And so speaking of that, I have the pleasure of sitting here with Rachel McLain, who's the Community Relations Director with a luxurious place called RiverView Senior Living Resort. And welcome to our makeshift set today.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
And a little background, you guys have really been partners in helping seniors actually since even before the building doors opened. And we were just down on the beautiful grounds of RiverView Senior Living Resort filming TV. Our president and founder, Joe Steckler, as you know, who usually is hosting our TV segments, he just did a series of programs there on location, beautiful spot. If you haven't been by there, you owe it to yourself. But before we talk really about that, I want to just ask you about you and your journey in how you came to be in senior services and then particularly at RiverView.
Originally I'm from Washington, D.C., and I find myself blessed in the fact that I was part of the military for a few years and enjoyed my time in the military. And as I was exiting, there was a military retirement community that was opening just down the street. So I thought, what a wonderful blend. I had aging parents and grandparents myself that I was taking care of, and so I stepped into that environment to learn more about what they needed on a regular basis and still blend my passion for the military. And after about a decade of spending my time there, I realized that not only did I have a passion for the military and for my own family, but I had a passion for seniors as well. So I have maintained that passion and stayed in this industry since then, and I absolutely love it.
And you know, you have a great role in what you do with RiverView, which is actually a very new facility to the area, but it really is kind of groundbreaking in many ways. Tell us a little bit about RiverView and how you came to be there and the work that you do with that whole organization, which is growing fast, right?
Absolutely. RiverView opened in July, and we have been fortunate enough that we are over halfway full at this point. We offer independent living, assisted living, and secured memory care. We're a little unique because we are on the river, on the Indian River, directly on a peninsula. So we are surrounded by water on three sides. With a beautiful environment to watch the dolphins play all day. So what a serene environment to have care and luxury. It is a true resort environment, dining 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and enjoying all the activities and love of the outdoor world.
You know, and one of the things that I was really getting a sense for when we were there on location filming at RiverView was that you and Joe were talking a lot about the fact that the levels of care that you're able to provide at RiverView go so far beyond like a simple situation that you guys can really work with a lot of, and I think it has something to do with the licensing. Do you want to just expand a little bit about that?
Absolutely, that's very true. We are ECC licensed, which means that we have the ability to act within a scope of a nursing practice, somewhat beyond what a standard assisted living would be allowed to do. So as somebody has additional needs, we simply grow with them, and the intent for that license is to hopefully avoid any skilled stays throughout their lifetime unless it's for a rehab situation, so they can return home quicker. They can provide and we can establish all of those therapy services at home, and in a lot of cases somebody can go out for a procedure and return home without having to have rehab services.
And I know, too, that you guys have been very diligent about informing the community, not only just about RiverView, but just of programs and things that are of benefit to seniors. Like I know you guys recently partnered with people who work with helping seniors, the Knowledge College for Aging. You guys have had a very successful seminars of helping people get ahead of the aging curve and things like that there. That's really part of your mandate as a community liaison, right?
Absolutely. Education is a huge piece of this experience, and as somebody is transitioning in life, there's a lot of needs that are involved, and that's not just being provided meals and amenities and care. Sometimes that involves a home sale, sometimes that involves some financial planning, some long-term planning, and how do you take care of your family and yourself as you age. So it's important to us to be able to educate our families as they're coming through on all those aspects, and even if we are not the right lifestyle choice for them, making sure they're pointed in the right direction to find that, and so that they have a comfortable living situation ongoing.
That's right. And you guys are actually soon going to be embarking on phase 2, right? That's going to be a whole nother aspect of what's going on then there. It's really quite impressive. But while we're talking about community, let's shift gears and talk a little bit about, we're at this Mega Senior Expo, which is an amazing event. There, I don't know, someplace between 600 and 1,000 people will stop by today. We were talking about the importance of reaching seniors all throughout Brevard County. It's one of the reasons why Helping Seniors itself makes a point to go to a lot of the senior shows, because we live in such a large county. There's people all the way north in Mims, and there's people all the way south in Sebastian, and it's a way to talk to people that are in different geographies of area. What do you think is useful about senior expos and the kind of things that we're doing here with Nina's organization, Central Florida Expos?
These types of expos are invaluable. Not only are you bringing in and generating information for those who are aging themselves, but you're talking to their family members, their neighbors, their family and friends. And so you get a chance to share with them all the different resources that are out there, and not just one. It's a completely unbiased environment. So as they approach a booth, if there's something that they need, we simply point them a couple booths down. So we all reach out as a community together to partner together and create solutions for all of these families, and that's exactly the goal of this. And not only that, but it reaches out to all of those crowds at one specific time, so they're not having to drop into all of these different environments individually to get that information. They can get it in all one stop.
Well, and I was going to say, isn't that really a good way to start gathering information? Because half of it, as I understand, is trying to get to a point where you're getting information and an understanding of options before you find yourself in some sort of a situation where now maybe the situation is dictating your circumstances.
Absolutely. I'm sure everyone knows that when you're in a crisis situation, your options are narrowed. You're simply at the mercy of what's available and what's affordable, and all of those choices. You're probably not even going to have the exposure to all the different options out there. So this is a way to plan for the future, understand what it is when the time comes, what you want to do, and be set in place for that to happen.
Yeah, you know, one of the things with Helping Seniors, our goal, Joe Steckler, who's our president and founder, you know, he's always had this mission from the get-go. This goes back to, you know, he's a retired naval captain. He commanded a submarine, which is some really cool, just war story kind of things. It's just neat to hear those. But his last command in the Navy, as you know, was running the Navy's retirement home in Gulfport, Mississippi. And that's why he has such a passion. I saw when you guys were talking together, he really, because he speaks from sort of like an understanding of the aspects of it the same way you do, and how it can be of a great benefit and improve the quality of life for seniors. But Joe has always had this mandate about, you got to work on your aging plan now while you have options and get this understanding. So I think one of the things that's valuable, and one of the reasons Helping Seniors, we do the TV. Joe's been doing radio in this county for, I think it's past 20 years now. All the things we do with we call it the Yellow Pages in the Center of Senior Scene, it's all designed to get information in front of seniors. And I think what we're doing together here at a trade show like this fits in that same category, because you're trying to get people to be able to take information in, process it, and then make good decisions as it pertains to their own circumstances.
Absolutely. This is one place of many that you can gather all that information together. Education is key. You certainly don't want to ever make an uninformed decision, and this is the way to build that education so that you know what to do when the time comes.
Yeah, and you know, to shift gears a little bit farther, with Helping Seniors, there's three things that Helping Seniors really focuses on doing. We have our own, we call it the helpline, but it's 321-473-7770, 473-7770. And people call us from all over the county and they say, here's my issue. I'm trying to resolve something. And we get calls about housing, we get calls about transportation, medical, legal. I mean, it runs the gamut. And our team is very good because of their experience that a lot of times it's not that we are necessarily a resource, but they will know the right person to call in that situation. And that's part of the service that we offer to the community. And today we've helped something like close to 2,000 different families with those situations. The second thing we do, though, is that media outreach, trying to get people information, because as I like to say in our community, you either are a senior or you love or care for a senior, or God willing, one day you will be a senior. So it behooves all of us to get this information in ahead of time. The third thing that we do is we're serious about senior advocacy, and nobody is a more tireless senior advocate than Joe Steckler. In fact, we were just doing an interview with a gentleman who volunteers with AFP, and he's like, God bless Joe Steckler because of all the work that he has done, not only for this organization, but in the past with Alzheimer's, things like that. What are the things that we can do together in this community to help our seniors? We live in a county where 1 out of 2 is 50 plus, 1 out of 4 is 65 plus. What are the things from a community service aspect that we can all do together as we try to help seniors?
Well, there are certainly volunteer opportunities out there. You can certainly take your time and just simply spend a little bit of time with something like Meals on Wheels.
Right.
You can come and help out at a trade show like this.
Yes.
There are volunteer opportunities within each of the communities that are out there, as well as several organizations. And what you do at Helping Seniors of Brevard is amazing, because not only does somebody have the ability to come to an event like this, but oftentimes somebody might not have transportation to an event like this, so they need that helpline, or they need the media outlet. They need different ways to be able to reach them. So the hope is that we're able to reach out to every senior and or loved one in the community and partner together to find the right solutions for every family.
Yeah, you know, and it's a funny instance, because a lot of times, sometimes money is a problem because I don't have enough money to do the things I need to do. And we've connected people with resources on that direction. We were talking to a lady who said, I either buy food or I buy prescription. And literally, Kay, who works with our information line, says, well, you are aware of Meals on Wheels. And believe it or not, there was a person who didn't even know the program existed. The flip side is there are people who have a lot of resources but still don't have the right information. And that's why it's important that we get them this information as well. We have just like 30 seconds left. I wanted to kind of ask you to sort of sum up your experience and the things that you're enjoying about today's event here at the Mega Senior Expo.
This is not only an informative environment, but a fun environment.
Yes.
So it's a time and place to gather together as a community, reach out to each other and see what we can do to help each other, and just to lend a smile to everybody who walks by. So I encourage everybody to come and participate.
That's great. Well, thank you again for taking the time. I know you guys are busy with people milling and getting information about things, but thanks for taking time out of today to join us on Helping Seniors.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right.